Hello everyone, I'm Komal Mansoor, content marketing strategist helping online businesses like yours attract, engage, and convert prospects into customers. In this workshop, I will share step by step SEO strategy which you can apply to your business website to rank high in Google. So, who is this workshop for? Well, any business who has a website, who has an online presence. It does not matter if you are a B2B or B2C, or if you're a service based business or a product based business, whatever your business is, if you have a business website and you want your potential customers to find you online, then you need to have an SEO strategy for your website. In this workshop, I am going to take you step by step from the very basics of SEO. And then we will understand different features which are online. So these would be the SERP features. Then we will go on to the further steps such as building buyer personas, keyword research, reviewing your website, competitor research, and of course, there would be certain things that you need to remember if you're doing SEO. So, what is SEO? Why do we need it? So basically, SEO will help you generate more website traffic, and more website traffic and more website visitors mean that you can generate more leads. And every website and every business needs more leads. You need more leads because you want to make more sales or more customers. And that means that it can translate into more profit for your business. So, what is SEO exactly? SEO is short for search engine optimization. To have your site optimized for the search engine means that you want to improve your website's ranking in the results pages whenever a specific word, a topic, or a question is typed into the search box. This is an organic method to get your website's content to rank higher in search engines, main ones being Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So, SEO is the art of getting found in search results based on the power of your content rather than buying specific keywords to rank high. So, before we dive in, we would like to understand what are the different types of search results and how Google shows it when users search for something. So at the top of first page of Google search results, the first thing that appears is sponsored or paid results. These are paid ads. Now, this is not an organic method, and you might have heard of terms like PPC or SEM to describe this method of getting your page at the top of results. This is not what we will focus on in this workshop, but it is important for you to know so you can actually understand which is which. Now, the next thing you will see would be organic search results. Now, these are the results that Google picks up on its own based on the quality and usefulness of content, which means how well it answers users' query. So, users' query would be the keywords that a user types in the search box. The other things that appear on Google search would be featured snippets. So sometimes you might see that for certain search results, you get a featured snippet. So if you have written the most relevant at best answer to what the user is searching for, Google will pick it and highlight it at the top of organic results. In this case, Google is helping your website page get more exposure by highlighting a part of your page which matches user query. So if you have written content which is optimized, there is a greater chance that Google will pick it as a snippet, or your web page will appear on the first page of Google. Now, this is a huge opportunity for small businesses who cannot afford to spend on ads to appear in these searches by making sure that their content is best. So, how do you optimize your website content and make it best? The answer lies in having a solid SEO strategy for your website and blog content. A good SEO strategy should aim to help visitors who come to your website find relevant and useful content that they are looking for. So, what is an SEO strategy? An SEO strategy is a step by step, well defined, and well structured process which uses actionable tactics to optimize your website's content. Now, here are two key points to understand. Number one is creating content which people want to consume. And number two, at the same time, we want to make it easy for Google or to search engines to search and find your content. So one would be that it's liked by people and it's also loved by Google. So we want to create SEO friendly content which is loved by both Google and people. I know it may sound tricky, but it is not impossible. So, why you should have an SEO strategy for your business website? You need an SEO strategy because it's the best inbound marketing method for any online business to, number one, increase their website traffic. Number two, because you create SEO friendly content, it builds credibility and authority of your website. Number three would be to generate leads and get them into your sales funnel. Number four would be to scale your business organically without paying for ads. And number five would be to achieve more ROI, which would be return on investment without increasing your costs by splurging on ads. So let's start with the first piece of the puzzle, which is getting your content right. So, getting your content right is very, very important if you want to attract targeted audience. You don't want to attract each and every person who is looking or searching for something. You want to attract someone who would actually be interested in your product or your service. And best way to know who is interested in your product is by creating fictional avatars of your ideal clients or your customers, or as they are called in modern marketing, ideal buyer personas. So why does your SEO strategy need ideal buyer personas? Because you don't want all the traffic from Google. You want those people, those users and visitors which are eventually going to buy your product and services after landing on your website. You don't want to create content for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. You want to create it for specific people. For example, if I'm a business coach with an online course for mompreneurs, I would create a persona of a mom and understand what keywords or what topics she is searching for. It is more likely that she is struggling with work life balance or imposter syndrome or comparisitis. And creating content on those topics or keywords will make much more sense rather than a general keyword such as small business problems. Because small business problems is a broad term. It might be a startup internet software company who is not searching for small business problems, who might be looking into something very specific, such as how to get funding right for your startup, which is entirely different from, let's say, my business as an online who has an online course for mompreneurs. So what I'm trying to say here is knowing your ideal buyers or your targeted audience is extremely important to your online business, especially your website, as it is your online storefront. So attracting the right crowd will depend on what you showcase in that window. So, knowing your target audience will help you understand user intent. What kind of content are they searching for online? What keywords are they typing in Google's search box to find answers to their questions or their problems? What are their pain points? What language are they using? So basically, understanding their behavior from what they type in Google to how they land on your website all can be understood by creating a fictional avatar of your website visitor, or in other words, your potential customer or your target audience. Once you build that ideal buyer persona, keep your audience's persona in mind when you create content for your website. So you can build personas using a small pen and paper, or if you're like me, you might prefer online templates in PDF, which you can easily print out. There are many you can find online, or you can use mine, which you can just download and fill without having to print it out. It's a fillable worksheet and includes example persona, and it also includes pro tips, which is all in one playbook. I'll put the link in the description box below so you can download it. So, once you understand your target audience, you can create a list of targeted keywords to produce content that resonates with your audience. So, creating SEO driven content means that you will increase your website traffic and generate more marketing qualified leads instead of bogus leads. So, which would have more chances of converting. So you must be thinking that this is all good, Komal, but how do I even begin searching for relevant keywords? How do I know which keywords my audience is searching for? So here are some simple basic tools, very, very powerful tools though, which you can use to do your keyword research. So Google Keywords Planner is a free and most popular tool by Google itself. Google Search Console is another very, very handy tool if you want to look at the performance of your website. And in here, you can actually see which keywords you are already ranking for in Google and at what position. So, this can actually help you understand if you have got any low hanging fruits which you can optimize, any pages that you can optimize, and you can actually help them rank better in Google. So, for example, if there is a page which is ranking for a certain keyword and it's sitting at number 9 position, you can actually optimize the content for that particular page for that particular keyword, and then make sure that it is checking all the boxes in terms of being SEO friendly content, and that will be easier for you to rank that page in the first three in the top three Google search results. So basically, this tool can help you with that. Then we have a comprehensive SEO tool, which is SEMrush. You can also use something like Ahrefs. You can also use some other free tools such as Screaming Frog. Basically, what it does, it helps you with all with conducting a very, very thorough SEO audit. If you have a website which is quite old and you're already ranking for certain keywords. If not, it can also help you identify the keywords that you should target. So basically, this is a very good tool. Another one is Google Analytics. So this is the tool that you need to use to look into the reports for your website. You can look into things like what is the bounce rate, which pages have the highest bounce rate, why people are bouncing off of your website, how much is the average time on a particular page that they are spending, things like that. So basically, it gives you all the detailed reports, and you can have different dashboards depending on which matrix you are tracking. So this is another handy tool for that. So I don't want to scare you with these tools. The purpose is to basically use these tools and get a list of prioritized targeted keywords that you can use for your when you're creating content for your website. So what should you look for when researching for keywords? So the number one thing is the search volume. Basically average monthly searches, how many average monthly searches a particular keyword has, and then look at the competition for that particular keyword. Look at also the keyword difficulty. So if it is very, very difficult to rank for that keyword, then you may want to keep it for PPC. Or it might be that the competition for that keyword is very, very high in PPC, so you may want to use it for SEO. So it really depends on what you are trying to target and how you're planning your campaigns. But that is a bit advanced. For beginners, I would say just look into these three things and start with making a list of what keywords you want to target. So a simple rule that you can follow here is that you want to keep it um, very, very basic rather than trying to research hundreds of factors. So you focus on these three things and you will get a list of prioritized keywords which you can rank for. Now, the next step is to create your content calendar and include topics that use these keywords. But before you do that, there is one more step you don't want to miss. So that step is reviewing your website. Now, this is really, really important. So you want to combine your. So as I was saying, step 3 is reviewing your website. Now, this is a very, very important step. You want to combine your keyword research with your website's review. So in this step, you want to review your website's current SEO state and see if it is being found by Google or not. This is a bit technical, and usually businesses outsource this task to marketers like myself, but that does not mean that you cannot do it yourself. So let's try and understand these basic concepts, and you can actually just look into these on your own and perform an SEO audit. So the first thing that you want to see is crawlability. Can a search engine actually explore your website? Is it being crawled by the bots, right? So you can again, you can check this in Google Search Console. Uh, the other one is indexing, which means is it clear which pages the search engines should index and return. So if there is a page which is very, very old on your website and you don't want it to be indexed, you want to make sure that it is not being indexed. Whereas a page that you want to rank high for, and which is where you're focusing on your main keywords, let's say your homepage or your other pages such as your product pages, or your if you're a service-based business and you're offering a free trial and you have a landing page, then those pages are the ones that you really, really want to index. So you want to make sure that they are being indexed. As I said, you can use the tools which I listed before. You can use those tools to perform all of this SEO audit. So the third thing that you need to make sure is your website mobile friendly. So because lots of users are actually looking at your website on their mobiles, so it is really, really important that it is mobile friendly. And the best way to do is that you can actually go to Google Webmaster Tools and you can check your website there, how it looks on mobile. Is it loading fine? Is all the navigation visible? Is everything looking nice, and in the interface is as good as what it was on the desktop? So you can check all those things. Then there is speed. So you want to check if the website pages are loading fast, This is a crucial factor in keeping your visitors happy. If a website is loading slow, then the visitors are going to move on to your competitor's website, and you don't want that. Um, the next thing is tech. So, are you actually using search engine friendly tech or a CMS for your website? This is something that you can either consult with your web developer, or if you have outsourced it, then your SEO um, strategists need to sit with the web developer to understand whether it's search engine friendly or not, and they can work on it together. But again, you can do all these things on your own as well. If you have a basic website, if you're a very, very small business and you have a basic website, then you can also look into the technical side of things and see, for example, if your website is on WordPress, you can definitely check if it is search engine friendly or not. So the last thing is the hierarchy, which is how is your content structured on your website. So basically, the navigation, the breadcrumbs, and all of those things. If it is basically the architecture of the navigation is what we are talking about. So, for example, it should have home, and then it should lead to other pages, and if they are linked properly or not. All of that good stuff, really. The fourth step is competitor research. So you want to learn who your top three competitors are, check their website for keywords they are ranking for, and find gaps and create even better content to rank higher. So looking at your competitors is actually one of the best ways to do SEO. You can see what they're doing right, you can see what they're doing wrong, what are they missing. The bottom line is you want to focus on the gap and how you can fill it with your offerings and with your content. Last but not least, three things you need to remember when you're doing SEO. Keep calm and create SEO friendly content. Number two, stick to your content calendar. And number three, be consistent in producing content. Consistency is definitely the name of SEO game. So if you are in it for the long haul, you want to get good rankings, then SEO is your best friend.